Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Fighting Scots Sports Report. I am Tyler Trumbauer. Following its crushing loss on homecoming, the football team hit the road last weekend to take on the Clarion Golden Eagles as the Fighting Scots were hoping to get their first win of 2014. 0-5 Edinburgh Fighting Scots were visiting the 2-3 Clarion Golden Eagles last Saturday night at Memorial Stadium in Clarion. It was a shootout, ladies and gentlemen, but Clarion struck first as Delreese Williams punched in this 1-yard run after a huge passing attempt from the first play from scrimmage for Clarion. But Edinburgh did answer here as Darren Massey caught a 2-yard pass from Cody Harris. A 2-point conversion after a botched extra point snap for Edinburgh made it 8-6 as the first PAT attempt by Clarion was blocked. And another touchdown, Harris to Massey, this one from 3 yards out. They connected 3 times on the night to make it 14-6 after the PAT attempt by Paul Ortiz was blocked. Clarion, Connor Simmons to Zach Dietrich, 21 yards for the touchdown to make it 14-all early in the second quarter. And then Anthony Williams with the 4-yard rushing touchdown for the Fighting Scots, the first one of the season, to make it 21-14, 5:32 left in the first half. Early in the third quarter, Clarion trying to come back, knots it up. Scrambling, Connor Simmons throws an interception caught by Edinburgh's Austin Meats, the first interception for the Scots on the season. Edinburgh is trying to capitalize here. Cody Harris to Darren Massey, 2-yard touchdown pass. Make it 28-14, 6:48 left in the third quarter. And then big bomb, Cody Harris to Colby Hughes, 40 yards. Early in the fourth quarter to make it 35-14 as the rout was going on in Clarion on Saturday night. Trying to keep it close were the Golden Eagles. Connor Simmons flushed out of the pocket, stripped of the ball, picked up by Kyle Matula and run almost back for a touchdown, but close, not enough. So 2 plays later, the Edinburgh Fighting Scots do punch it in with the second rushing touchdown by Anthony Williams on a 1-yard run here. Paul Ortiz, PAT was good to make it 42-14. Final score 56-28. Massey talked about the victory.
Yeah, it feels awesome, man. Everyone's excited right now. We're all trying to stride off of it. Now we need to go into this week and win next week out.
With the win, the Scots moved to 1-5 overall and 1-4 in the PSAC. The Scots are back in action this Thursday night when they welcome Gannon University to Sox Harrison Stadium. That game is slated for a 7 p.m. kickoff and can be seen live on ETV. Edinburgh hosted the PSAC East-West crossover for women's volleyball this past Friday and Saturday. The ladies went 3-1 in the crossover, including a sweep of Millersville in their match on Friday night. 14-6 Edinburgh welcomed the 9-9 Millersville Martyrs to Macomb Fieldhouse last Friday night as another game in the PSAC East-West crossover. Millersville got out early on the Scots with this kill attempt here getting the point for Millersville, but unfortunately they could not sustain any success on the night. A kill there early on in set 1 by Maria Konchak made it 15-13 Fighting Scots, and an ace here by Katie Felix made it 25-22 and gave the Scots set 1. On to set 2. Back and forth here between the Scots and Millersville, but Jen Gruber took care of that, made it 6-5 early on in favor of Edinburgh in set 2. Later in the set, serve Edinburgh. Back and forth, but the kill attempt by Millersville goes long. Makes it 13-10 in favor of Boro in set 2. Close match, but the Scots always had Millersville numbered. And then the point there by Glover makes it 13-9 Boro in set 3 after Boro took set 2 by a score of 25-16, up 2 sets to none. Continuing on the success, Gruber with the kill here. And then the Gruber kill ends the ends the set here. 25-21 as she comes in with authority to give the Scots the set 3 and the sweep of Millersville. Senior Haley Merritt talked about the keys for the success and the W on Friday night.
We've worked a lot on defense, which is something that I think we have improved in our game. We were just working on staying disciplined in our defense, and Coach made it made it an effort that we had to stay there, and I think that's the reason why we won today, just our defense.
The squad has a long homestand upcoming, with its first match being against Ursuline College on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The ladies also welcome IUP to Macomb this Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m., which can be seen live on ETV. The women's soccer team is surging to the top of the PSAC as the ladies were riding a 6-match winning streak and were looking to extend it to 7 games, tying a school record this past Saturday against Lock Haven. The 6-4-1 Edinburgh Fighting Scots women's soccer team was in action last Saturday afternoon, welcoming Lock Haven University to Sox Harrison Stadium. The Scots got on the board first early on in the first half as Jansen Hartman netted this shot. Hartman is the leading goal scorer this season for the Scots. Lock Haven knotted it up at 1 early on in the second half as Halea Myers got this one past Megan Kelly to make it 1-1. The Scots had a lot of shots on the day. Ashley DeVito, Becca Costello, and Hartman again found the back of the net for the 4-1 victory for the Fighting Scots. The ladies have 3 more home matches left in the regular season. Their next one is Tuesday against Roberts Wesleyan at 6 p.m., which can be seen live on ETV. They also face Mansfield on Saturday and Slippery Rock on October 22nd. Mother Nature has prohibited the women's tennis team from competing recently, but she cooperated this past Saturday, and the women, along with the men's tennis team, hosted John Carroll University in their final match of the fall portion of their season. The men's and women's tennis teams were in action together for the first time this season. Head coach Lee Underwood was hoping to get his men's team their first win of the season. Julia Hellstern here earned the point against Catherine Engel of John Carroll University. Hellstern went on to earn that victory, as well as also Raquel Holiday and Katie Allen, who earned a doubles victory. The only 2 wins for the Scots as they lost their match 7-2 to John Carroll. The men did earn a 6-3 victory, though, with wins by Bruno Borgio, Juan Estepa, Brandon Roman, and Anmol Sandu. That is all for the men's and women's team until the springtime, which starts in early February for them. As I mentioned before, that was the fall finale for the men's and women's tennis teams. Both squads will be on hiatus until the men start up again on February 21st with a home match against West Liberty University, and the women against Lemoyne College on February 28th. As the fall sports are entering their final month of the regular season, the winter sports are starting up. The first ones to the party are the Edinburgh men's and women's swim teams. Despite the harsh winter upcoming, the Edinburgh swim team is preparing to dive into the pool, with the women's team leading the way after an undefeated season last year. Head coach Chris Rhodes says they're ready to do the same.
Absolutely. We always want to be good. And I think what's really great is the excitement. The incoming swimmers, they're just excited to be here. They're excited to work hard, to see the improvements. And with last year's success, I think that they really understand that what we're doing is going to work for them. And that's the exciting thing.
Stacy Schreckengass, a team captain for the women's swim team, is looking to beat some records of her own and for the university this upcoming season in the pool. Graham.
For myself, I just want to keep improving. I don't believe in peaking, so I really want to keep going hard. I want to hopefully make NCAA's nationals. I'd like to break my own personal PRs, also the Edinburgh records. For the team, we had a great year last year, yes. We had great academic success, and I think that's definitely something that we always strive for. And we're going to do that again. We have a GPA set for the team, and we're hoping to meet that, if not improve it. Also, overall, we just want to support each other and get better as a team, individually and all together.
Coming off a 1-7 campaign last year, Rhodes wants more from the men this winter.
For the guys team, I think our biggest goal is to be competitive. And what I mean by that is not just jumping in the water and swimming fast, but being a quality team. We have a quality. We're going to have a quality person in every event, and you know, seeing the team get behind each other, you know, be a complete team. To me, that's what I'm going to measure, you know, our success on.
Team captain and also junior Josh Bebo said depth is going to be key for the success for the men's swim team this winter.
Say just we have more numbers this year, which means we have more depth. And more depth means we get more points during a meet. And with this pushing them every day, like telling, hey, you're going to do this on this time instead of what you usually do. So keep pushing them and pushing them. Not to the point where they give up, but to the point where by the end they're going to feel like, I just did that, where I'm going to feel awesome. And I think we have a lot of talent this year, a lot of new guys that came in, a lot of freshmen that are very talented in that aspect, and they're very good with motivation. So I think they're going to do well this year.
The team's first competition is this Saturday versus Clarion, IUP, and Millersville at Geneva, Ohio. The first home meet for the two squads is November 1st as the Scots welcome Tiffin University to Macomb Fieldhouse. That's all for this week. Be sure to follow us at ETV Sports on Twitter to keep yourself up to date on all of the Boro athletic happenings.